It's 2:14 a.m. You're exhausted. Your eyes are actually burning. You know you have an 8 a.m. lecture tomorrow. Or, I guess, today. You know you're going to hate yourself when that alarm goes off in 5 hours. But you can't stop. Your thumb just keeps scrolling. One more reel, one more video, one more refresh. It feels like you're fighting your own brain, right? Like there's this magnetic force keeping your eyes open. You tell yourself, I just have insomnia. I'm a night owl. I'm just bad at sleeping. I'm going to tell you something that might hurt a little bit, but it changed my entire life once I accepted it. You don't have insomnia. You aren't just a night owl. You are angry. You are suffering from something psychologists called revenge bedtime procrastination. And the reason you're awake at 2 a.m. isn't because you can't sleep. It's because you don't want to. Because going to sleep means your free time is over and tomorrow's responsibilities begin. Today, we are going to fix this, not with generic advice like drink chamomile tea, but by fixing the psychology behind why you are taking revenge on your own sleep. Let's look at your day. If you're a student, your day probably looked like this: alarm, rush, commute, lecture, assignment, part-time job, study, eat. For 12 to 14 hours, your time didn't belong to you. It belonged to your professors, your boss, your parents, or your syllabus. You were a slave to the schedule. So you get home at 9 p.m., you're physically tired, but your brain feels cheated. It feels like it didn't get a win today. If you go to sleep right now, you're just fast forwarding to another day of doing stuff for other people. This is where the revenge comes in. You stay up late to reclaim a sense of freedom. Scrolling on your phone at 1 a.m. feels like a rebellion. It's the only time of day when nobody expects anything from you. It's quiet. It's yours. I used to do this every single night during exam season. I'd be dead tired, but I'd watch 3 hours of Netflix because I felt like I deserved that time. But here's the trap. You are borrowing happiness from tomorrow to pay for today. And the interest rate, it's massive. Because tomorrow you're going to be tired, which means you'll be less productive, which means you'll have less free time, which means you'll stay up late again to get that revenge. It's a cycle, and today we break it. So how do we fix this? Step 1 is shifting to high-quality leisure. The first mistake we make is choosing low-effort, high-dopamine consumption. TikTok, Reels, Reddit threads. This stuff numbs you, but it doesn't satisfy you. You scroll for 2 hours, but do you actually feel rested? No, you feel like a zombie. If the goal is to feel like you lived today, do something that actually feels like living. Watch one episode of a really good show without your phone. Read a fiction book. Sketch. Play a video game for 45 minutes intentionally. When you do something intentional, your brain gets the signal, okay, we had fun. We are satisfied. When you scroll, the scroll has no end, so your brain never feels done. Step 2, the 30-minute disconnect. Here is the hard truth you probably don't want to hear. You cannot bring your phone into the bed. If you have revenge bedtime procrastination, your phone is the weapon you are using to hurt yourself. I know, but I use it as an alarm. Buy a cheap alarm clock. The moment you take the phone out of the bedroom, the revenge loses its power. Create a routine that tells your body it's safe to shut down. Put the phone on the charger across the room, take a hot shower, and then do some brain dump journaling. Step 3, the brain dump. A huge reason we stay up is avoiding tomorrow. Subconsciously, we know that as soon as we close our eyes, the stress begins. Before bed, take a piece of paper, not your phone, and write down everything worrying you about tomorrow. Assignment due? Write it down. Email to send? Write it down. Outfit to wear? Write it down. By writing it down, you are telling your subconscious, we have a plan. It's handled. This reduces the fear of tomorrow, making it easier to let go of today. Part 5, the challenge. Look, I know how hard this is. Breaking this cycle is scary because it requires you to sit with your own thoughts. But imagine waking up tomorrow actually rested. Imagine having the energy to get your work done faster so you actually have free time at 7 p.m. instead of stealing it at 2 a.m. That freedom is real. The 2 a.m. freedom is an illusion. So here is my challenge to you. Tonight, not tomorrow, tonight. Set a specific time, let's say 11:30 p.m. At that time, the phone goes across the room. Do something high quality for 30 minutes. Give yourself the gift of real rest. If this helped you feel a little less crazy, hit that like button so I know I'm not the only one fighting this battle. Go to sleep. You deserve it. See you in the next one.